What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Frequency 140 Movies, and I'm your host today, Bennyboy. I'm flying solo, only for the reason that what we're going to do here on this movie channel is that me and Mr. Bennett are going to do separate tier lists, and then at the end of the week, when we separate all these, we are going to have a full-on discussion about the entire franchise and where we differ on these things. And so this week is something very near and dear to my heart. In fact, I'm actually wearing the t-shirt. The franchise is Jurassic Park, and I freaking love these movies. So I got it all set up in 5 separate tiers. Life Finds a Way being the classic, like nothing can touch this movie. It's amazing. I got Pretty Damn Good, which I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Middle of the Park, like, middle of the road. It's okay. And then Welcome to an Okay Movie. And then I got Dino Droppings because this movie sucks. So, here we go. We're going to start off with a classic, and you know where this is going. It's Life Finds a Way, man. I mean, this movie is a 10 out of frickin' 10. It is one of my favorite films of all time, directed by the great Steven Spielberg. You got Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, in one of his most iconic roles he's ever done on film. And he's got classic one-liners out the ass on this one. It's amazing. Like, even the CGI effects, like how it was shot, like how Spielberg did it, was he actually used puppets on close-ups. And then he would use CGI if it was far away in the background, so that way you couldn't really tell. I mean, this is a movie done in 1993, and it looks better than half the crap that people put out now. Watch it in 4K, I dare you. Now we said enough about Jurassic Park, let's move on to the sequel. Now this one, man, this gets a lot of hate. And I don't know why. Like, you look at those, like, worst sequels of all time lists on the internet, they're made up by jackasses like me. You always see this movie on here, and I don't know why. This movie is freaking great. It is a solid sequel, man. You got Jeff Goldblum coming back to reprise his role as Ian Malcolm. You got Julianne Moore, who plays his girlfriend. And then, okay, so in this one, we have to establish that John Hammond, the original billionaire that built the Jurassic Park, is actually a movie villain. He should have been in our episode about, good guys that are actually bad people, because what he does here is so dang dirty, man. Like, what he does, he sends Julianne Moore because he knows that Ian Malcolm will go to the island, and that's who he wanted to research these dinos in the first place. Because where they're going is actually Site B. So, they're going to Alice Sorna, and they meet a young Vince Vaughn, by the way. Of course, chaos ensues because this is a Jurassic Park movie. And which actually has no park in it, actually, now that I think about it, which is kind of odd. But hey, whatever. Because, like, this movie, it's such a different, drastic tone, and that's why I think it's such a good sequel, because Steven Spielberg was heavily inspired by the films from, like, the 50s and 60s, where you'd have, like, humans beating the dinosaurs, and all the claymation stop-motion animation, and, like, Land of the Lost, that TV series from a long time ago. And you can definitely tell that in this. It just comes off so great. It's so well shot. The scene, in particular, that I'd like to talk about is when they're in the trailer, and it's Jeff Goldblum and Julianne Moore, and they're in the trailer, and it gets knocked off the cliff. And then you see the whole trailer come out, and just Jeff Goldblum and them are hanging on this rope. That is so beautifully shot. That is masterful filmmaking at its finest. And I dare anybody to argue with me that this is a bad movie. Plus, you get a classic score again from the great John Williams. This guy is the soundtrack to our childhood if you're in your 30s. I swear to God, he did E.T., he did Jurassic Park, he did Jaws, he did Star Wars, he did Indiana Jones, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. The guy is unbelievable. This movie is unbelievable. I don't care what anybody says. Fucking fight me. Alright, so we're going on to Jurassic Park 3. And here's where we hit the skids on this franchise. Because, holy crap, there is just nothing going on here. Like, we do have William H. Macy. We got Sam Neill back as Dr. Alan Grant, which he always does a great job. If you've not watched any Sam Neill movies, I'd highly suggest you look up his filmography because you're missing out. But Spielberg's not in the chair. He was an executive producer. And Joe Johnston is actually the guy who directed this film. And you can tell there is a difference in change here. Because he tried to do the thing that Spielberg did with the claymation, or not the claymation, but the effect-wise, the way he shot it. And, like, the new, like, weird dino that, like, is supposed to be a monster to the T-Rex, like, it looks stupid here. If I can pop up a picture, I will. Because it just looks dumb. It looks bad. And like we're just retreading here on what we've done on the first two films. Like this film has no reason to exist. You can literally skip this film, go straight to Jurassic World, and you won't miss a damn thing. So this is the first entry in Dino Droppings here, folks. Like, just stay away from this movie. All right, so here's where we get back on track here. It's been about, like, I think, oh my God, 14 years since we had a Jurassic Park movie since then. So when they initially announced this, a lot of people were mad about the name change. They were like, oh, why are you calling it Jurassic World? Why is it Jurassic Park? I'm like, guys, the last two movies didn't have a damn park in it. Like, why are we calling it Jurassic Park if there's no park? And then we actually get a movie where there is a park and we call it World. So just stop. It's stupid. So anyway, this movie, the park's actually open. It's open for business. A new billionaire has come in and bought Alan Nublar, fixed it all up, got the dinos in control, and of course, being the Jurassic World movie that it is, chaos ensues again. So yeah, I mean, with this fourth movie, like I said, we're back on track here. I mean, this movie is great. I'm actually putting it up and pretty damn good. Because, I mean, this movie is so well shot. Like, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, they do a fantastic job. And, like, the inventiveness of the dinosaurs, we get the pterodactyls, and, we get the shark-looking thing that's, the ancient 60-million-year-old shark that bites everything. And it was just incredible, man. It was so cool to see the park actually functioning. That was so neat of an idea. Like, it brought me back to being in the theater when I first saw the first one in 93. It really, really did. And that's why I'm putting it up so high. Alright, so now we go on to this piece of shit. Fallen Kingdom. Right in the dino droppings it goes. So Jurassic World was good, but this one pissed me off. And here's why. Now, I know what we're watching a movie about a bunch of damn dinosaurs. I know the realism is out the window here, folks. That is fine with me. But when you start breaking your own rules that your franchise is set and you act like we're fucking stupid, no, no, no. Ain't happening. Hi, Halloween Resurrection. Now, here's the rules that they broke. Why would a billionaire like John Hammond in the first film buy a damn island with an active volcano on it and build a park on it? It makes no sense. There is no reason to do this. That's so stupid. And then you got the opening of the movie. And in this opening, they go to Dr. Ian Malcolm, who's once again reprised by Jeff Goldblum, who is telling the government not to save these dinosaurs. Well, the government goes along with it. That's how much chaos he's seen that can be caused by these things. So Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt, they go to the guy who knows the guy who knew this guy who knew that guy who knew John Hammond, and he helps them get on the island. Well, and while on the island, they run across these like mercenary types who are kidnapping the dinosaurs, taking them to a private buyer, and he's going to auction them off in the black market. Well, here's the problem. Now, go back to when we were talking about Ian Malcolm. They actually show camera footage of them saying there's 24-hour footage of Alan Nublar because they think it's going to explode. Now, if all these news media outlets, the federal government, are all watching this island, then how the hell are these mercenary type people kidnapping all these damn dinosaurs? It makes no sense. Do you really think the government wouldn't intervene? And this is my problem with it. Like I said, it breaks its own rules. And it's just an insult to your intelligence. I'm sorry. This film is trash. And the reason why is because they just wanted to do it because Universal Studios and the damn studios that are in the market today, all they want is a frickin' trilogy so they can get the money train, man. That's it. This movie is the only reason this exists is to get to part 6. You could have made this 5 minutes. This is Jason Goes to Hell all over again. Like, you could have made it 5 minutes long and it would have been just the same result. Now, for a positive on this, it's gorgeously shot. But that's about it. It's in Dino Droppings. I ain't even freaking wasting my time on this piece of shit. Now, we go to Dominion. And see, okay, again, this is one of those sequels that gets a lot of hate. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I've really had fun with this. I remember seeing it in theaters with my little brother and my cousin, and man, we had a blast watching this movie. Because I could see, like, the storyline in a way to where, like, some guy like George Soros or something, some multi-billionaire, comes in and tries to exploit these dinos for their own personal benefit. That makes sense to me. They're going to set these ancient locusts out and they're going to eat the world's crops and everything, so they have to come to them and they'll make all the money. Like, that makes sense. So it's up to the old cast now. We finally got him back, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Malcolm's back, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and we got Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, and they all put in great performances here. I love the story. I love the action in it. That scene with the Velociraptor on the ice is gold. I don't care what anybody says. Don't care. With that being said, as much as I just hyped all this, I can see where people might not like this movie, so I'm going to put it in the middle of the park. I think that's fair. Because, like, it is a little silly. Like, one of the bigger problems I had was, how is Sam Neill and Laura Dern all of a sudden, like, spies? They go in the facility and everything, because Malcolm gives them, like, an ID card or something like that, like this is in a Super Nintendo game. And they go in there, and they walk around the building. They're acting like 007 all of a sudden. It's like we're watching an entirely different movie. There's never been established that they're that sneaky. But, at the same time, it's still fun. I don't care. It's just a great film, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was great to see the T-Rex battle at the end. Like, it's just a blast of a movie. Turn your brain off, make some popcorn, and just enjoy the shit. That'll do it, folks. That is my rankings, and stay tuned for Mr. Bennett's, man. Please like, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You can follow us on F140 Movie Community on Facebook. And then you can also, if you want all the content, by our wrestling channel, or videos and toys and games channel, or our wrestling channel. And if you want to catch all of our content all at once, you can follow us on Frequency 140 Podcast on Patreon. You'll get everything. Our wrestling channel, our video games and toys, our freaking movie channel that you're watching right now. All of it. And even old episodes that you will never see again unless you go here. So all for $3 a month, you get all this content from me and Mr. Bennett. And as my good friend says, freaks, geeks, nerds unite. Let's take over the world.